This is what you start with, and what I'm going to show you now is my point-to-point layout and rule the rail. Point-to-point basically is modeled after a real railroad, where most railroads are end point to end point. They don't go in circles, you know, they go from one place to another, a line. And on each end of this, there's a freight yard for that. And hidden behind each freight yard are what would be, I guess, simulated or hidden line, a hidden staging area where you can have trains set up to take off and then enter the point-to-point as if they came from another railway or they were borrowing the railway. So it's got a lot of I don't know, operational fun that you can do with it, as well as looking at it. It looks neat, but it's really cool to use it as well. So here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Grateful Dead.
Driving that train, wild cocaine. Casey Jones, you better watch your speed. Trouble ahead, trouble behind. And you know that notion just crossed my mind. Watch your speed, trouble ahead, trouble behind. And you know that notion just crossed my mind. Trouble ahead, lady in red. Take my advice, you'd be better off dead. Switchman, sleeping train, 102. On the wrong track, headed for you. That train, I'm cocaine. Casey Jones, you better watch your speed. Trouble ahead, trouble behind. And you know that notion just crossed my mind. Just crossed my mind.
basic tour. Now I'm just going to show you a couple scenes that we didn't really get to look at too much. One is the boat scene. If I didn't show you this, let's make sure we do. This is the little boat rental place. The office building. The town, which being up on the edge isn't as detailed as my other layout, but it has enough stuff to kind of give it a nice skyline, I think. I'm not the best cameraman, but I'll try to show you something. This looks almost like it's out on some gross green seawater, which I know is how it is in New Bedford, Massachusetts' bay. I was a commercial fisherman there for a while. Here's a scene I thought was kind of neat. Okay, so we got a train. This is actually one of the staging yards, but I still wanted to have some scenery. Don't want to have a wasted area. Nothing on it. So we did this to the staging area. We threw a little tank chemical operation here or something. We have the lit up chimneys in the background for that typical night view when you're going through town. They always seem to have those kind of things lit up. Let's see here. Let's look at this in the daytime. I think there's some neat scenes in here, some neat pics to snap. And this is the staging yard, and from up above, you can kind of see what I was talking about. This is for parking trains ready to go. And then they would, this is like a, this leads to the actual yard, which would be, this would be the end of the railroad, one end of it. What you saw, the rail leaving the staging yard, is actually a cheat. It's a way of doing loops if you want to, which is what the train's doing right now. So that's one end of the railroad. And then it goes all the way over to here, diagonally across to the other end of the railroad, which is the other freight yard, which I tried to make it look as wooded as possible, like just overgrowth, as much as I could with what I had for graphics. So I could come up with views like this that look very much as I remember walking through the freight yards as a kid. This is pretty much what you saw, stuff like this, where everything was just kind of in the weeds, just like that tanker you see there. Let's see. I think those are my coolest scenes, I think, so far. I don't think there's too much else on this one. I probably should have showed you more of the amusement park and the other layout there, because that plays carousel music and I had that metal playing. So, well, that's it for this tour. That's what this layout looks like. And from up above, if I could just get it as high as I can, so you can just kind of see. This is taking, again, nothing, a small flat green board, and then using your own creativity to, with the models and stuff that you can get or add or that come with the game and build. That's why I like this kind of thing. I think it's great. You should check it out. Rule the Rail. It's a cheap game. It's old, but because it's old, it actually performs wicked fast and smooth on a newer machine. So have a blast. Take it easy. I'm Jason Sage. See you later, and have a good day.